welcome to another vlog. Apologize if you can hear some like barking outside. Dogs are wild. It's fine. I just wanted to update you guys. So it's Saturday, and yesterday I was mainly just hanging out with my boyfriend and stuff, but I did go to the library, pick some stuff up. So I got Death Note, Volume 1. I've seen the TV show a while ago. I never finished it because I stopped watching when that happened. I know people say it's fine and it's worth watching, but I don't want to fucking watch it and I don't want to support that shit. But I saw Murphy talking about how she started reading this and she's just been flying through it, and I don't know why it's never occurred to me to actually pick up the manga because I love the show so much, but now I'm going to. This is going to be my first manga, so I'm excited. I took the plunge and I bought Lovely War. I know, it's wild. I bought a book full price, and actually there's a story behind this, so let me give y'all the tea. So I don't shop at Barnes & Noble, one, because it's expensive, and two, that's it. It's because it's expensive. Well, and I'm petty about Borders. This is a new release, obviously, and you get like 20% off new releases. But in store, it didn't have the 20% off thing, but online it did. So I was like, oh, that's fine. I'll just show at the register and I'm sure they'll price match. Before I even buy the book, I go there because I can't find it. I'm looking all over the fiction section. I'm looking at the historical fiction section, not in any of those. So I have to go to the counter and I'm like, hey, could you just point me to where this book is? And I just go grab it. And the lady looks it up and it's in YA romance. First of all, this is not YA. This is an adult book. So I don't understand why it was in YA. I do get the romance though, because as I said in my wrap up, this is way more of a romance book than it is a historical fiction, because it centers around 3 romances, so that was fine. But it was just the fact that it was shelved under YA, like, nothing about this is YA. I totally don't understand. Like, the shelving system in Barnes & Noble is just trash. Anyways, I get the book. I go to the register. This girl, she says, it was really sweet, by the way. Like, the cashier was, like, super sweet. But I was like, hey, on your website, it's a new release, and it still said it's a new release. Could you, like, apply that? And she was like, actually, our online store and our actual store are completely different things. It's like Walmart and Target, so we can't price match. And I'm like, It's like Walmart and Target, but they're both Barnes & Noble. No, they're not completely different things. They're the exact same thing. And I told her that. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And she was like, yeah, it doesn't really. And she was like, yeah, that's just how it is, though. And I'm like, actually, I think Barnes & Noble just doesn't want to give me that $5 off. Let's be real here. I thought that was so weird, like, so whack. The fact that their site and their store are completely different things. No, bitch, they're not completely different things. And I get it when it's like there's a sale online, but there's not a sale in store. Like, that totally makes sense. But when a book is a new release, and you guys have new release sales in store right now, this was a new release in the store. Like, I had the 20% off sticker. I just came a week later, but it's still a new release on the website, so it should still be a new release in store. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Capitalism, that's just how it is. I replaced the tabs for my library book. Look at those sexy ass tabs. Oof. From the library, I picked up Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. This is basically Grave Mercy, but adult. So it's nun assassins, and I'm really, really excited to read this. I know Mel from Melanie, she really loves this series, and I think it just finished. I think Holy Sister is coming out in a couple months, so I'm excited to read it. I got my physical copy of Furyborn. I don't want to read this because I don't care, but I'm trying to get to at least 50% before I DNF it. But to be honest, I kind of am probably gonna DNF this. That's it. So I'll check in with you guys later. Guys, I'm reading Wicked Saints, and I just read chapter 10, and oh my god, I was already like committed, but now shit is getting real good. There are a lot of books where I read them and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like really enjoying it, but if I'm being honest with myself, it's more of just my enjoyment, and like objectively it probably isn't as amazing as I think it is. I thought this was genuinely good up until this point, but now at chapter 10, now I really know. Chapter 10 was just one of those chapters where it doesn't matter if you are a fantasy reader, if you like YA, if you like fantasy, if you like anything, like, and you read that chapter and you be like, damn, that's a good chapter. This book is so good. Only problem with it so far though, I am super disappointed that this book doesn't have a glossary. One, I always love glossaries in books. I think it needs to be in every fantasy book. That's just my opinion. I just love a glossary where you have all of the characters, and you have all of the terms, like especially in a book like this, there are so many, I don't know if it's Russian or Polish, but there's so many different language terms in here, and she doesn't tell you what it is. Obviously through context clues you get what it is, but I want to know what that translates to in English because I'm reading it in English. I want to fully appreciate the story. I want to know everything about it. I want to know what everything is, and I can't do that. It's been a long day. It started off, I went to my little baby cousin's first birthday party. Then we all came home and my boyfriend and I just hung out. You're just chilling. But now it's 9 and I have some time to myself, so I'm doing some reading, and I picked up, it is really good. My fantasy books are just, they are doing it for me. So first of all, it has a glossary. I was just talking about how disappointed I was that Wicked Saints doesn't have a glossary. First 2 pages, it's a glossary, which is amazing. And this man can write the most gripping first sentences. Like, he is the master of first sentences. So in the prologue, it is important when killing a nun to ensure that you bring an army of sufficient size. For Sister Thorn of the Sweet Mercy Covenant, Lano Tassis brought 200 men. And then, no child truly believes they will be hanged. And that chapter, by the way, the first chapter of this book, I'm going to insert a little clip of the first chapter, and if you guys want to pause this video and watch that, please do. It was incredible. It really took every ounce of willpower to film this clip and not continue reading. Hey guys, sorry if you can hear children outside. My neighbors don't understand this 2019 and children play on their iPads all day, not play outside. I've actually been pretty productive. I've been working on a school project that isn't due until the 26th. I am basically the greatest student ever and I'm ahead of the game. Hey guys, it is Tuesday night, so I wanted to update you guys on my reading. I know I haven't vlogged much this week, but nothing's really been going on. I am chapter 15 into Wicked Saints. Loving it. The gods are getting a little sketchy, which is exactly how they should be. They're gods. They should not be reliable or good or trustworthy. I'm not like queasy that much when it comes to like gore and all that kind of stuff. I don't like seeing other people's blood in person. Usually in video games and movies and all that stuff, I'm like pretty much immune to it. But I am getting slightly uneasy by the graphic descriptions of blood and everything. And that's coming from someone who barely gets queasy unless it's like in front of my face. So take that into consideration. You're any more queasy or more sensitive to that stuff. It is a huge thing in this book. Dark fantasy is like thrown around so much. This is one of the actual genuine dark fantasies. I'm loving this a lot. So I'm 35 pages into Red Sister. I haven't read this since the last time I talked to you guys about it. I started another book because I'm a dumb bitch, and I started Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I am like 3-4 hours into that. I really like it. It is a little repetitive and there's a lot of like sciencey stuff that isn't really my thing, but it's still like interesting. It's not like boring or anything. I think it's really cool that we get to see the different perspectives of like a bunch of people on the ship and like kind of their motivations and their goals for the trip and all that stuff. I am fascinated by mermaids. I love mermaids. I love anything with mermaids. So I'm loving it. I love the fact that the mermaids communicate via sign language. I think that is the most brilliant and perfect thing, and I'm so mad at myself for not thinking of that. That is probably going to be one of my favorite aspects of this book, and I'm really enjoying it. Hey guys, it is Wednesday night. I'm in my silk robe. I got my Marie Callender's lemon meringue cheesecake. If you don't think this is the best Marie Callender's pie, you're wrong. Stop playing yourself. Okay, if a titty comes out, we're just gonna ignore her. She's just playing peekaboo, okay? I have been doing homework all day, which is why you guys haven't gotten an update from me. Earlier in the day when I was kind of cleaning my room, I was listening to more of Into the Drowning Deep. I'm at like the 60% mark now, and it's getting to like the climax. Like I'm kind of in the climax actually right now, at least I think I am. Even though at 60%, that's kind of early for the climax, right? That's what she said. Shit's going down. I'm really excited to see how this ends. I only have like 8 hours left of the audiobook, so I will definitely probably be finishing it tomorrow. So I'll update you guys on that. I don't believe there is anything else. I know this vlog has probably been like super boring because I literally have barely talked to you guys, but you know, when I say nothing's been happening, nothing's been happening, man. It's just been work and nothing really interesting. So sorry about that, but you know, that's what happens when you do weekly vlogs. You guys get to actually see how boring my life is, so that's fun. It's like 1 a.m. right now. I think I can get away with reading some, but I probably won't, because that's just the story of my life. But we'll see. Alright, peace out. I'm done with my pie. she's gone. So I'm gone. Hey guys, it's Thursday and I am 90% done with Into the Drowning Deep. I did just want to come on here and kind of talk about it a little bit. I'm going to talk about spoilers because I kind of want to get this off my chest, so I'm just going to include the cover right here, and if you guys don't want to hear spoilers, then just skip ahead. This is incredibly unrealistic, and I don't mean in the fact that, like, mermaids. It's just the whole beginning part of the book, they were talking about how they were really prepared, they knew that what they were in for. They literally had, like, footage of these mermaids that they knew were real, of them killing everybody. They prepared by only hiring 2 big game hunters and a bunch of security that doesn't even know how to shoot a gun. just doesn't make any sense to me, and it's really just kind of throwing the whole thing off. And then the fact that, like, the shutters don't work in the ship. Come on, like, I understand that a majority of the people didn't take this threat seriously of the mermaids and they didn't, like, believe in it. But Imagine did. Like, the company knew that these things were real, as did, like, countless of the scientists and the experts. I'm kind of disappointed there wasn't, like, more of a fight, I guess. I'm cool with the mermaids still overcoming everybody and killing everybody. Fine, whatever. But I just wish there was more of a fight. And there wasn't. Only 2 people who really know how to hunt and kill things. The security has gone through no, like, qualifications whatsoever. The systems don't work. And also, like, the communication is non-existent. Nobody's called for help. Just the sheer fact that they were straight chilling, you would think that the moment that Ray was killed and they got that dead siren, like, they would be good. And the justification for them not leaving and them being like, you know, the military is gonna nuke everybody. I don't know. It's just, I really just don't like that. Normally, I wouldn't be this critical. Well, what am I saying? Of course I would be this critical. This is me, we're talking. I complain about everything. But it's just that the fact that this story has been so intricate and so complex this far, but then just the unrealistic of the lack of protection and protocols that this ship took and, like, this trip took, especially considering, like they had footage. Like, this isn't the first time this happened. Like, they literally went in a second time, and they didn't do anything different. And I don't know. I have 10% left, so I'll let you guys know my thoughts when I finish it. Alright guys, so I just finished Into the Drowning Deep, and that ending was definitely 100% rush. Yeah, not my favorite ending for sure. But I'm still gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars because I did really enjoy this book. And I, of course, had problems with it, but it wasn't enough to deter my enjoyment of it. So, yeah, I think I want to do a Judge a Book by its cover with this because I got a makeup look idea from it, and perhaps I will. We'll see. This is the only book I finished this week. So I finished Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And if you didn't, there's always next week. So, bye!